Good morning. Welcome to the third episode of my newest series, New Engine November, where I'm going to be taking a look at a new, different game engine every week of the month of November to see if any of them can happen to take the throne of Unity and be my go-to engine. I've already covered Unreal Engine and Construct 3 if you want to check those out, but let's dive into this week's engine, Game Maker's Studio. Usually for this challenge, I've given myself 3 days to work on a game. But this week was going to be a lot busier for me, so I had only 2 days, 48 hours to make this game. Well, enough dilly-dallying. My time is short enough to begin with. Shh! I found a young game dev trying out a new game engine. Hush! If you look close, you can see that he clearly has no idea what the f*** he is doing. How intriguing. I got the strangest feeling that some weird guy in a crappy Australian accent was watching me. Anyways, like usual, I have no idea what to do in Game Maker Studio. I poked around for way too long, and this was even worse than the other engines. I couldn't even figure out how to put something in the game world. I resorted to finding a basic tutorial to figure out literally anything. Okay, well, I need an idea for this game, but my time is slipping fast. Let's see. Great, I'll use this as a base and figure out what to do from there. Let's get to work on cloning this demo game. First, I made the player move. This wasn't that bad. It took me a bit to figure out everything, but soon it was zooming around. Totally didn't spend like 15 minutes seeing how fast I could get the player to move. Okay, now the player could speed along, but there's nothing else he can really do. How about we give him a way to shoot? Okay, that might be a little too much. Let's tune it down a bit. Ah, perfect. So with the ability to shoot, we need something to shoot at, of course, so let's get the enemy working. Right now, it just moves to the center of the screen, but soon we'll have a base to defend in the middle. Hey look, there it is! Let's toss a game loop in here, mix in a little bit of end screen, and a pinch of UI. We'll put it in the oven for 15 minutes, and boom! We have a game! Well, right now, it's not, very good looking. Okay, how about you stay right here, and I'll go get some game art, okay? So, just stay right there. I'll be back. Okay, bye.
One eternity later.
Yeah, catch you later. It's good seeing you. Oh, you're still here? Oh, yeah. You wanted me to put the game art in. Okay, fine. I'll show you. Looks like my time is well, so here's my game. Ta-da! It's super simplistic, and its gameplay is as interesting as dirt. But it's mine, so I'll always love it. Just kidding, this game sucks. Welcome back to part 2. Today on set with me, I have the young game dev JPed here with me. What? Where am I? Why am I here? Ah, JPed. So I hear you've been trying out Game Maker Studio. Yes? How did you know that? How's your experience been with this engine? Good, I guess? Good, you guess? Yeah, overall, Game Maker Studio was pretty fun. It seemed very powerful, and like you could make almost anything you could dream of in this engine. Once you figured out the engine, the possibilities were endless, but that's where a problem arises for me, learning the engine. This definitely took me the longest to learn out of all of the engines I've tried. Its whole layout was pretty convoluted with many design decisions that seemed very questionable at best. The workspace, where you had everything in an open layout, was actually really confusing. I used the GML code blocks instead of their written programming language, and that was honestly a huge mistake for me. Googling things for this engine was just so hard. It took me forever to figure out problems that I was having. It's clearly a good engine and a more powerful engine, but it's just not for me. So you didn't enjoy the engine that much, but how about its asset store? Actually, it was pretty good. Can you elaborate? It had lots of good content, and unlike Constructs, there was a lot of good free assets for me to check out. I ended up pulling up these really cool spaceships in my game. This was a definite improvement from Construct 3. I didn't quite have as much a selection as Unity's or Unreal's asset store, but it was really good, and overall I was really happy with it. You could say it was a level up from Construct. What? That barely even makes sense. So how about its monetization, considering this is the reason you're checking out these engines in the first place? Again, how did you know that? And you still haven't told me why I'm here. Okay. I actually thought it was set up pretty good. Like most of these engines, it had a couple of tiers, and the only functionality it restricted by these tiers were what platforms you could export to. This isn't the best because you have to pay to export any other version of the game other than their own supported version, but at least you can make it to the fullness of your desires without paying. So to tie it up in a package with a little bow, what are your overall thoughts on the engine? Overall, I thought it was really good, though I wouldn't say it's for me. If you want to make a game, this will work just as good as a tool as any. We have some last minute breaking news. Everyone needs to like and subscribe to JPED.